Alright guys, welcome to my first video. I'm making a drink that I have named Melons. It started as a watermelon daiquiri and has evolved over time. So what you're going to need to make this one is you're going to need a mezcal of choice. I typically prefer something smokier and drier. This doesn't necessarily replicate that, but it is the only mezcal I have on hand tonight. It's the Luminar Reposado. It is still very smooth and nice drinking. Next, we have my favorite light rum. This is this 3-star by Plantation. It's very hard to beat the quality, especially once you put in price. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. Next, we have Herbsaint. If you're not familiar with it, I don't know if I'm saying the word right. It's a pastis or a pastille. Essentially, it is a replicant of Absinth without the wormwood or whatever that is. I choose to go with this because finding a quality Absinth is very hard to find for a moderate price. And this was used by Don the Beachcomber to help him build up his booklet of amazing Tiki drinks. So I've chosen to use this one, and it does the job very, very well. The next thing we have a sugar syrup. You can choose to use simple syrup. I've chosen to use a Demerara just for a little bit more of those richer notes that it can provide. You're going to need 8 1-inch cubes of watermelon, which I already have cut up, 1 stalk of fresh mint, and 1 lime, which I've already halved, and I've also already made a little garnish one. So the first step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and make your sweetened watermelon juice. So ½ ounce of whatever syrup you are choosing to use. Once again, I'm using a Demerara. You're going to go ahead and you're going to drop in your 8 chunks of watermelon. And we're going to go ahead and muddle that up. You have 2 choices of what you can do. You can muddle this and build the rest of the drink in there with the muddled watermelon, or you can do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and strain out the chunks of the watermelon and just build with the liquid left over. Either way, you're going to be straining this again at the end if you choose to. Otherwise, you'll be straining it for the first time at the end, but nothing chunky will be left over. So I go ahead and strain this into the smaller half of my shaker tin. And you might have a little bit left over inside, that's fine. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and strain this again at the end. So you can discard that. And you can do this one of 2 ways. You can build everything in there, or you can go ahead and build in your large tin. So I'm going to use 1 ounce of my light rum. I'm going to use 1 ounce of mezcal. Going to use what I like to call an overflowing bar spoon of Herbsaint or Absinth. I really enjoy the flavor of it, and that is perfect for me. Now for the lime juice, anywhere between 3/4 of an ounce to an ounce will work fine. So let's see how far we're going. We got just over 3/4 of an ounce just from that half of a lime, so we'll be fine with that. So do you have everything? Go ahead and put these together. And if you excuse me, I'm going to go get some ice to mix this with, shake this with. So give this a good shake. once you're done with that shake, you're going to go ahead and strain this again. Want to keep all the watermelon chunks out. And also, I tend to use a little extra ice to do a quick shake. And that leaves me with too much for my college glass, so give me a moment while I fill this up with ice. So now we've got our college glass filled with ice. Go ahead and take a lime wheel. You can set it on the edge, or you can lay it down as a half moon on top. We're going to go ahead and take the bottom leaves off of our stalk. Slide that in there nice and neat. We're going to go ahead and slap these, give it a little bit more aroma to get a nice waft from that. You have a beautifully delicious drink.